My name's James.
My name's Corwin.
And welcome to This Movie's Gay, episode 100!
I can't get that excited because I can't turn the knob down on my mic.
It's fine. Just, okay, then back away if you gotta talk real, or point in the air.
I can, yeah, I'll look up and talk up here. Ha-ha!
It's gonna sound so bad anyway. Like, it's just like, do we want it a little distorted or do we want it real off mic? Who are we, the Mumford and Sons, or are we Deicide?
Oh my God.
That's how you know one band loves recording off mic, the other, they crank that distortion.
Yeah. I am not familiar with Deicide.
Whoa.
I am familiar with Mumford and Sons just because everyone thought my hometown was Munford because of them.
Yeah. But you are familiar with the active Deicide because you actively just punch gods left and right.
Just like left and right, in the nards, everything.
Whoa, in the nards too?
In the nards!
Dang, you fight dirty.
Of course!
All right. Corwin, 50 episodes have passed since our last 50th episode. The first 50 took us, how many weeks do you think it took us to record 50 episodes?
About a year.
So exactly 50 weeks. That's how long it took.
Which, a year is 52.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if we took a couple of weeks off.
I think we doubled up on recordings if we ever had to do that, but...
We truly did.
Yeah. How long do you think it took us? When was episode 51? When did episode 51 come out?
Episode 51 was pre-pandemic.
You better believe it was.
That was ye old, maybe 2019.
It was November 10th, 2019, meaning it took us about 6 years to do another 50, baby. But there was hiatuses, then there was every other week, and now it's once a month.
Yeah. And hey, we're back like semi-regularly now with the once a month. Yeah. So, you know, I think we're doing great, James.
Hey guys, if you want more episodes, how about you tell a goddamn friend? Or maybe on YouTube, instead of just watching like the first 1 minute, maybe you listen to the other 59 minutes.
Or in our case, usually it's about another 79 minutes, right?
For a lot of our episodes, you would make sure like the recording time was like an hour and 7 minutes. So then I could cut it down to around an hour, I think, especially during our Twitch days.
Yeah, during our Twitch days, I was like, an hour, we're done. And then even before that, when we were recording in person together, I would watch that time. And once it got like 15 minutes till, I was like, all right, let's wrap this up.
Let's do this. You're like, James, I know after 45 minutes you stop editing out my vocal pauses. Let's wrap it up, brother.
I need no vocal pauses the whole episode, brother. None of that.
I started doing that to Sean on Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, and if people are listening to that, they might start thinking, like, what, is Sean having a seizure? What's happening to him? Because... your boy needs a lot of polish to make him sound coherent. He's not listening to this. He knows.
I hope I don't need that much polish, but I probably do. James is a wizard in the producing side.
Okay.
Doing his audio engineering work.
I was going to say, no, Corwin, you're pretty good. You have some vocal pauses, but that sentence you just said... a lot of uhs, some pauses, some restarts. So, yeah, unfortunately.
That sentence took like 10 minutes on the back end. Y'all don't know. You cut out everything.
Yeah, but now I have silence delete. It does it automatically. What I would have done for that feature in the beginning of all the podcasts. It saves me like 30 minutes every episode now.
I've been having to do some video editing at work, and I think it was you that told me that you can have Premiere Pro or whatever just automatically take out those pauses. Game changer. I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, it does that on Premiere as well?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm glad I could help. I've introduced it to other people, and they're like, yeah, this is a game changer.
I have to I'll send you a screenshot that I took a while ago, one of the first ones that I did, where just the timeline of all the cuts that I have is just like incredible. incredible.
Back before Silence Delete on Hit It and Crit It, the D&D podcast, that I would post, hey, this is what it looks like. And it's so zoomed out that you're like, yeah, I can see like some cuts in there. But as you zoom in, you're like, wozers, zozers. But now, and it's even better. This will be our last Silence Delete thing. What's great about it, and I think podcast listeners also podcast probably, but what's great about it is when you start making those individual cuts within the program, that starts to bog things down because like it's having to make note of all those cuts and those crossfades, everything like that. So by the end of some edits, it's like, okay, I need to be saving every single cut because the program might shut down. With Silence Delete, it might make 100 cuts, and that 100 cuts means I'm never getting bogged down by the end.
Yeah.
That's what you'll learn in 100 episodes of a podcast, but also like 1,000 other episodes of other shows.
Yeah, this isn't even your only podcast, but we have made it to 100, and I feel like that's an accomplishment.
It is. I believe the statistics, like most podcasts don't make it past episode 4.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We made it way past that.
I think I've only had a couple podcasts that haven't made it past episode 4.
I don't think I've been a part of one of those.
Oh, no. It was way back in the day, and then one where I was like, Lil Corey's still not feeling up to podcast. I need to make a new show. So that lives on the Patreon. That's why you haven't heard it. Oh, wait, no, you're a part of the Patreon, goddammit.
I am.
Oh, my God.
I'm announced at the end of every episode.
Yeah. Corwin, like we did with our last 50th episode, we have compiled a list of our top 5 favorite movies we have discussed for the show. Would you like to start, or would you like me?
I would like you to start because, as I prefaced before we started recording, I didn't do that, James.
All right.
I think I suggested a whole episode dedicated to going through our past 100, but I didn't do that.
Oh, we wouldn't do a 100. That would be way too crazy. I tried doing that with just guests that we had for the first 100 episodes of Mostly Speaking Sentai, and Nicole was like, we do not have time for that, James. I was like, okay, fine. But honorable mentions, because one's not a movie technically. Christmas at Pee-wee's Playhouse. Oh my God. Corwin was not on for that episode. It was It Takes Two to Toku. You better believe it. Craig and Steve. And then Vegas in Space. That's my other honorable mention. And it's only an honorable mention because I hope someday we get a beautiful like 4K transfer of it. Because as it is now, it's just... It's not as beautiful and colorful and amazing as it could be. It's being held back slightly by that, 480p or whatever. And I believe it's boxed in, it's a 4x3. Let's get a proper cut of Vegas in Space already. But here are my top 5 in no particular order. Probably the order is in which we have done them. Coming in, Booksmart, baby. And speaking of that... today's movie features another actor from there, right? The Prince is also in Booksmart, I think.
No, he's in Bottoms.
Oh, okay. Well, coming in again is Bottoms. Okay, so I knew one of these had it. Then Knife Plus Heart. Man, that movie rips so hard. Desert Hearts, I think, is actually at number 1. That movie just prime. It's perfect. Go watch it. And then our last movie, Carell.
Hell yeah.
Those are my top 5. And as I said to Corwin before we started recording, looking back on our last 50, it was just a who's of a what the fuck is this movie? I don't remember.
There are a few of them for me that are like that too.
Yeah.
But I think mine, like Birthday Cake, we watched it for 51. I don't remember anything about that movie.
I bet there was a birthday in it.
Probably. I need to go back and watch it again to make sure. I think for me, in no particular order, I did love Analysis Paralysis. Freak Show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Freak Show. Also, analysis paralysis, as I call it, whenever I think of it. Analysis paralysis.
Yes. Honorable mention for Knife Plus Heart. That one is also in the top. To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, which was just, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I love it. Love watching it. I've seen it so many times. Booksmart, and I really enjoyed Milk and Amanite, I think. There are just so many. And then I Care a Lot and Bottoms were also incredible. And I also agree with Booksmart. It's also a great movie. So I think we did a lot of really good movies in the past 50 episodes.
Yeah, because also Brokeback Mountain was on there. We definitely took a step back from the indie stuff that Tubi fed us and was like, okay, let's start doing the bigger movies. We've put some shine on 5 Eating Out. Let's figure technically 10% of our first 50 was eating out, right?
Probably.
Yeah, if 5 is 10% of 50, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Eating out, you got your day in the sun. Now make 5 more so, 101 through 150 is that.
And I think in the last 50, we also had a lot more guests than we did in the first 50.
Probably.
Which was very fun, a fun dynamic to add to the podcast overall.
Because I think that was post you doing your voice acting, or I think that might have been more towards the first 50.
I think it was like towards the end of the first 50 was when I was finishing up the voice acting class and stuff. And we started bringing people on every week.
Because of not being in person for the second 50, that probably opened up a lot more people to guest.
Oh, definitely. Because some of our guests were people that I knew from like Tennessee and stuff like that. And we also, for Milk, we specifically had Chris Ball, who was an actor in Summerland that we watched, which was also a great movie. Jesus. Which I think he's doing another movie or something else is coming out with him recently. Or soon, because I feel like I saw something on Instagram.
Same.
So we'll have to take a look at that and see if it's a movie we can add to our repertoire.
And he better be in, some briefs again.
Yeah. For you specifically. You enjoyed it so much.
And for him.
And for him.
Yeah. So he's showing that hog off.
Oh my goodness. He's never going to come on the...
He came on the show to then say like, hey, James, you want to know what? It was the underwear I was wearing. I don't really have that large of a hog. I'm like, oh, he's got a hog and he's humble.
Speaking of hog, do we want to get into this movie and what we're watching for episode 100?
Of course. I salute not just the flag, but the Queen of England as well. For today, we are discussing a marriage of the two. It is red, white, and royal blue.
Yes. So I offered a few choices for this episode. I wanted to do something fun, and this was going back to previous episodes where we've watched movies that were also books. Kind of gave me the same feeling, same vibe. So Red, White, and Royal Blue started out as a book, then got turned into a movie. There are some major differences, which I did try to note some of them to talk about if you want to. Mm-hmm. But overall, it's a movie I've seen like 5 or 6 times. I really saw a lot of hype about this movie during production, but then I feel like the movie just kind of came out, and I just suddenly saw it on Prime one day and was like, oh, I didn't know this was out. So
when did it come out?
2023.
Maybe they thought originally, hey, this is gonna have a theater. This was just straight to Amazon, right?
I assume so, because I feel like if it was coming out in the theaters, I would have been like, yes, let me go with Nina to watch this movie in the theaters, because that's what I did with Love, Simon.
Yeah.
Because this was another one of the books that I read when I'm always on a reading gay book kick, but this was one of them. So the fact that I didn't do that, and I think I watched it for the first time while I was on a road trip in a car driving down a highway in the middle of nowhere, I feel like that would have been my first watch.
Oh, hold on. Were you driving or someone else was driving?
Someone else was driving.
Okay, thank God.
I was the passenger princess.
Okay, good.
James, me driving? Couldn't be me.
Okay, you don't drive?
I hate driving.
Okay, good. Likewise. Nicole keeps saying, oh, I really want to get a car. And like, even last year we rented a car and she's like, no, I'm never getting a fucking car. But now she's back to it. She's like, yeah, I got to get a car. I could get to conventions better. And it's like, then just rent one. Ask one of our friends. You know our friends like going to conventions. Just ask them. Give them a free ticket. Pay for it. Like, they'll do it, you idiot.
I mean, Nicole's a good driver. She brought me on a little mini road trip, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, and you want to know what? It got screwed up because she thought she could rent a car, but then they're like, oh yeah, we need to see a credit card. And she's like, I have a debit card. And they're like, oh, well, that won't work. You need a credit card. So then the only place she could find that she could rent a vehicle with a debit card was a U-Haul van truck.
It was a truck. It was a box truck.
Yeah, it would have been a lot better if it were a van because the gas. And then she's like, yeah, you know, in city, it's only $20 a day. But once you go elsewhere, it is way expensive.
Mm-hmm. But we did it. She did it. She did amazing.
Like Nicole, when she got that job last year, it was the first time I think she had ever worked like a full-time job. And then she got stupid with money. She's just like, yeah, man, I have the money. I can technically use this U-Haul. It'll suck, but yeah, you know, I can.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, back to the movie. Do you want to give a quick synopsis?
Well, real quick, I don't think this should have been in the theaters because this is giving off, and I will give it the feelings of the GOAT of this genre. It feels like an ABC Family original movie.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's the GOAT. I didn't say Hallmark. I didn't say Lifetime. I didn't say Roku Channel.
Yeah, it definitely has that vibe. But it's also, now if you think about it, that's the vibe of every single rom-com that does come out in theaters has. So, ergo, I think it would be fine.
No, but I think there is a film quality of like Booksmart, Bottoms. Those things feel like, oh, this is a heavy budget movie, even though like it's not. For a rom-com, it has a budget behind it. And like, this just feels...
Oh, I'm thinking of like 27 Dresses. I'm thinking of like straight rom-coms.
Okay.
I'm thinking of like anything that Adam Sandler has done in the past 10 years.
All right. Okay, because I was about to bring up John Hughes, but I'm guessing that is in a separate category.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen any John Hughes movies?
Oh, I probably have, actually.
Like 16 Candles, Weird Science, Breakfast Club?
100%. Yes,
okay.
I've seen those. Sorry, You said John Hughes, and I thought you were talking about a movie title, not a director.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know any directors' names. Sorry.
You're used to the actor John's Huge? Okay. A quick synopsis. President's son, Queen King's son fall in love, even though they were enemies.
Grandson.
Oh, grandson. Okay. So it's the king.
Yes.
Okay. The grandfather is the king. I thought like one of his parents were the king or queen.
No, his dad passed away.
Okay.
His grandfather is the king.
All right.
And his mom is out doing charity work or something.
All right. Truly, guys, we don't even need to know that information. Not important to the plot. All we know is there's a stuffy old man who says, "Gay, not here, brothers." So, yeah, that's pretty much the plot. They fall in love with each other, but then the king and presidents are like, maybe you shouldn't be gay with each other. Which I guess, like, in one case, I understand people possibly being a little upset about this, even if it were a straight couple, in the sense that, is this a security risk? It's a prince and, an American prince falling in love with each other. Are they going to be trading secrets? He literally gave him the nuke keys that he carried around on his neck. You know how you need two keys to, crank at the same time? He had them on his neck and he's like, here you go, babe. Those can light off a nuke.
This isn't Jason Ben for Queen and Country.
It could be, though.
Did you watch the movie, James? It
I
wasn't a
did.
Newt key. It was a key to his childhood home.
But guess what? Downstairs, secret bunker goes into a missile base. A goodish.
Yeah. That's behind the scenes. That's what we didn't see.
But they get off on it, so they're making out, saying like, "Oh, we could pull these nukes at any moment."
People that haven't seen the movie that are watching this that don't care about spoilers are going to be so confused.
When they eventually watch this movie, which I do think everyone should. However, I did choose this movie because I thought it was going to be the most fun, and I think out of the choices, it was. However, I also chose it because romcoms. How long are they usually, Corwin?
An hour and a half.
Yeah, this one, it says it's
2 hours.
It says it's 2 hours, but there is about 8 minutes of credits on the front end and the back end. But
hour and 52.
like you,
Oh, no, and back end. Hour 44?
something like that, hopefully. But things like what we just reviewed over on the Patreon, Snow Globe, starring, I should say, Christina Milian. If that were 2 hours long, you just wouldn't have fun with it. But I guess that's a testament of this movie. I was still having fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, yeah, I talked myself out of it. Red, white, and royal blue thought I was going to give you 2 thumbs up, but now I'm giving you 2 thumbs up.
Oh, okay. The tone difference is where it's at. The listeners know.
Yeah. They can hear a smile. They can hear enthusiastic thumbs. Corwin, right off the bat, dating a royal or just even a president's child would be nauseating.
Oh, absolutely. Dating anyone famous would be nauseating in that sense.
Yeah, how famous?
Like B-list actor famous would be like B-list and up actor famous would be nauseating.
Because I was going to say you could date Geddy Lee, and I don't think anyone would really notice. Some people might come up to you and be, not you, but come up to Geddy and be like, oh my God, I love Rush so much. But then you'd be like, you could fly under the radar a little bit, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like if you're immediately recognizable by 90% of the public, it would be nauseating to date that person just because you're always going to be interrupted. You're always going to be under scrutiny because if they're that famous, you are also going to be in the limelight because of that. Yeah. Depending on what you do in their life and how much you're active in their promotion and life like that. I mean, it's also why a lot of like famous actors keep their private life very private because they want to give that room for privacy to their partner. Or they date famous people as well, so they can just ball out nonstop. Or have someone to confide in of like, yeah, this sucks, doesn't it? This sucks. Yeah. That's why if you want to be a movie star, move to Quebec, where you'll be famous in Quebec, but outside of there, maybe France. I've been thinking about moving to Quebec. That's what I'm saying. Are you afraid that you're going to get famous in Chicago? No, I just think Canada appreciates the arts a little bit more, so I feel like I have a chance there. And Canadians are usually, once they make it big in Canada, they're like, well, I'm going to make the real money in the States. And I'm like, no, I don't need the real money. I just need money. Are you going to learn French? I would try, but they also have English-speaking television shows. Yeah, I know, but I think a lot of people in Quebec also speak French is why I'm asking. Because otherwise, why not like Toronto? Nah, Quebec. I've seen Toronto movies and I've seen Quebec movies. Quebec's more my style, guys. Feels a little bit of a lower budget. Okay. Good to know. I would much rather, instead of watching the new Fantastic Four, I'd rather get stoned and watch the same episode of Bible Man that I've already seen 3 other times. Was Bible Man filmed in Quebec? No, but I think until a few months ago, I thought it was a Canadian production because I'm like, how could it not be? Oh my God. Okay. Is it on the same level as Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter? I think it's better than that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'd say so.
Interesting. Production-wise or just like quality?
Both.
Okay.
Or I might just, Bible Man feels like stupider, so I think I just gravitate towards that.
Okay, we're like 30 minutes in, James.
I know. And I gotta stop, because sometimes I watch Bible Man stoned and I'm like, fuck, man. He is making some good points, I guess. I gotta convert.
I've never watched a single episode. I don't think I ever will. It'll be another Pee-wee's Playhouse for me, of you trying to get me to watch Bible Man and me absolutely refusing.
I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Back on being like, I just could not date a president or a royal. The one upside is like the desserts and the cakes would be divine.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of that cake, what I wrote was, what the hell is that frosting made of?
I know. My next note was, it'll be so divine that they have whipped cream frosting that does not melt.
I mean, that's just stabilized whipped cream.
They have that?
Yeah, I can make that for you.
Whoa. What kind of chemicals you putting in there? Red 40, I hope.
No, just gelatin. But if you want some Red 40, I'll go get some Red 40.
Oh, damn.
It'll be probably red, probably pink, honestly.
Okay. I don't care as long as it gets me hyper.
Okay.
That's what Red 40 does
it's just
to
gelatin.
you. I used to eat a bunch of Cool Whip. There was a period, especially during pandemic, when I cut out sweets, so I was just getting sugar-free whipped cream just in... I'd get like 4 at a time.
Giant container.
Yeah, and I'd eat like one in a sitting.
Have you ever tried putting it in the freezer?
Yeah. I'm iffy on it because I do really like just eating a Cool Whip, and it's just that texture of chemical.
See, I love the texture of the frozen version.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good, and the way it melts in your mouth is just incredible to me. I really love a frozen Cool Whip moment.
All right.
I haven't had Cool Whip in so long.
Go get some.
I recently got some. I recently did. I had some friends over, and I made a pie, and it's like one of my grandmother's recipes, and it's got Cool Whip in it.
Okay.
Normally I do heavy whipping cream, but I was in a hurry, so I did Cool Whip. So I've got like half a container in my fridge still.
All right, hell yeah, guys. You heard it here first. If you want some Cool Whip, go to Corwin's.
Hit up my fridge.
So, speaking of that cake, it falls on top of the prince and the president's son, and it gets a mess everywhere, and they're like, we hate each other.
They hated each other before the cake fall.
Yeah.
You could tell from like the way... the opening, so it opens on a wedding, and the prince and the royals are going down a line of people, and the president's son at the very end with the vice president's daughter, or vice president's granddaughter.
Oh.
And that's Nora. She's the vice president's granddaughter.
Oh, I thought it was daughter.
No. And they are just shaking hands, and the whole time... they're talking about each other.
Yeah.
The prince and the president's son talking about each other because they don't like each other.
Not at all.
And then, of course, during the actual reception and stuff, the president's son is just like drinking alone in the corner and getting way too drunk for this event. And that leads to the cake incident and them hating each other.
At events, you should have to blow into a breathalyzer just to be like, hey, we will cut you off at a specific blood alcohol content, because you're just not having fun if there's someone who's too drunk around.
You know, that's fair. That's fair, James.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would go over with everyone, but I like the sentiment.
I think, and this is for the adults out there, if you are willing to buy alcohol for teenagers, everyone's done it. But I was a 21-year-old selling it to my 20-year-old roommate. So like that's fine. That's the most I've ever done. But I think you should have to make the teens like, hey, you really want this? You need to somehow come into possession of a breathalyzer test so you can then, before each shot, you guys take a breath, make it a game, take a breathalyzer test and be like, okay, we're all good, but at this specific amount, we need to cut ourselves off, be responsible. I am now realizing teenagers would just... they would make a game of like, how high can we go?
Okay, I'll take you one step further.
Okay.
Let's start a business. We'll make a sort of vending machine-esque thing with a breathalyzer on it.
All right.
That is at events and things, and it will not dispense you alcohol past a certain extent.
All right.
That way, they have to do the breathalyzer to get more alcohol.
Which this technology already exists. I knew individuals' fathers growing up who had to breathe into their car before it would start up.
Yeah, and we just take that and put it, instead of the car, we put it on like a vending machine that has various alcohols in it.
Okay, but we did bring up, something kind of cool. The vending machine is like a car, like at an arcade, and you breathe into that, and then it dispenses. And then you have the feeling like it's a VR setup. You can drink and drive, and it's safe to do.
I don't think we want to promote drinking and driving even in a virtual world, James. There are virtual lives at stake.
One of the first times as an adult that I got high, I was like, Nicole, we got to play this Mod Nation Racer for PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3, I should say. And at the end of it, I was like, I'm so sorry, Nicole, because I was so high, Nicole stone sober, and I was just beating her ass left and right to the point where it's lap 1, beep, 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 go. And then all of a sudden I'm like, huh? Wait, how are we on lap 3 now? And I'm in first somehow.
There's a game I've played with Mario Kart that's like that, where you down a beer and then you all start, but you have to like finish the beer before you can start.
Dang. Like the beep, 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 and then you drink as fast as you can?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That rips, man.
Yeah, it was fun. I lost.
Were you doing that as a shithead teen or a shithead 20-something?
A shithead 30-something.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah, man. Corwin lives a life. He has experiences.
Yeah, I have fun.
So the PR person, I don't know who that is in the government. Zora is getting really pissed at Alex, who is the president's son. And the president is Uma Thurman. Yeah, baby.
Uma.
Or as the Australians would say, Uma Thurman,
Do they really?
They say Godzilla is Godzilla. Oh, wait, no. Uma Thurman. Ask an Australian, okay?
I'm going to need an Australian to chime in. She's also not the PR person. She's the deputy chief of staff.
Okay. Well, Alex is like, oh, man, the prince could punch my head in real hard, something like that. And Zora says, an urge that the prince and I have in common right now.
Yeah, she's like, this child takes years off my life every single time I see him.
She does say that. She does. And then at the end, she's like, I want these. Can someone get a meeting with these two lovesick homosexuals? And I was like, I know you're meaning well, but the way in which the tone you're using sounds hateful.
I love her. I love her so much. I loved her in the books. I love her in the movie. In my notes, I have for the cake, before we got into that part, of course, they both just like look at it in like fetal position instead of just rolling away. I understand Alex not doing that because he was drunk as hell. But Prince Henry surely could have rolled away. Maybe there's something in, like, the royal decorum that he cannot roll on the ground.
Yeah, the royal decorum meaning wonky in the head from that inbred blood.
Hey, Alex said that at some point.
Oh, does he say that?
He says it about his moles. He says he has so many moles.
Okay.
Is that from inbreeding? And you're like, damn.
He's like, hey, let's delude the well a little bit.
And then when we have President Uma Thurman, yes, love her. She calls him sunshine of my heart. And I wrote that down specifically because it's such a sweet line. I've never had anyone call me sunshine of my heart. I feel like I would blush. It's sweet. And then I said Zara beat his ass because she was hitting him with a pillow.
Yeah, she said about Alex, like, this was the most depressing moment of my career, and I've seen Mitch McConnell eat a banana. And I was like, it's probably depressing because she realized, like, yeah, this is my thing. Shit, nope. I hate that watching an old man eat a banana I'm into, but I guess I am.
No, she's into the Esquire. She's into that man.
Esquire?
Or whatever his name is. Equerry. The Equerry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's not a lawyer, you know? I don't know what an equerry is, but I'm positive.
He might be.
Okay.
But yeah, the Equerry. I don't know what that is either. I think I looked it up after I read the book, or I watched the movie and looked it up. Still can't figure it out. I don't know. And I did say, do we need one of those? Do we need an Equerry?
Do we, or just in the world, is it a needed thing?
No, like personally.
No.
I feel like it'd be fun.
Yeah, but I would feel bad for the person because I'm like, what? Unless I'm paying them handsomely. But it's like, what are you doing?
We'd be paying them handsomely, James.
Yeah, but I can't afford that.
If we could afford that.
Well, then we would need one.
Hell yeah.
Because then something's happening that I need some help with.
There's another note I had from Zara. She says to Alex, the sun shines out of his ass, and you have a vitamin D deficiency. About Alex and Prince Henry. And I just wrote gay.
Which, obviously, like, a prince is inherently gay. Like, look at that little prince over there. Yeah, gay. You know? Princes are gay.
You heard it here, folks. Princes are gay.
Uma Thurman should have ran on a re-election platform, which is, if I get re-elected, I will not just do an executive order, but I will work with Congress, I will work with the House and Senate to make sure we pass a law where princes can be gay in the US of A.
Aww.
All of a sudden, princes from around the world are just heading to Miami.
Why Miami?
When I think of like a gay Mecca of the United States, I think of Miami. Like if you're going to party, you're going to Miami, right?
Interesting, James. You're not thinking of gay Mecca, you're not thinking of San Francisco.
No, I'm specifically thinking hey, we're partying, not just
we're partying.
Okay. Hey, let's go see our roots. No, we're partying. Like Birdcage, that's
and not
Miami.
LA. That is Miami, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why. That and Dexter, you know?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Throw Dexter in there. It makes sense.
They're also so awkward in their little interviews together.
Yeah, because now they have to be best friends to be like, oh, it was a childish squabble like we usually have.
Yeah, and they, it's not even, it's just so blatantly awkward.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone watching those interviews are they fucking hate each other.
Uh-huh. I would have loved it if when the prince goes, oh yeah, and Alex, he sings just like Barbara Streisand. And I wish Alex would have, like in Burlesque, when Christina Aguilera sings for the first time and Cher goes, what the what? If he did a vocal run and he looks at the prince and says, yeah, I sing like a fucking angel.
Would you have also liked if whenever he said that the prince freestyles, that the prince had done that?
No. Ugh.
No? You hated it?
There's a certain type of white person when they start freestyling. It's like, you guys are being corny. You're not really good. You're just a little drunk and stoned.
Mm-hmm.
But a prince doing it that times 100. It's like, ugh. You would have to be like, actually, you are going to be excited for this. Steve Barnes will be excited for this. You would have to be like a land type prince from Wheel of Time, where it's like, oh, your entire family was slaughtered and you've just been having to live, not your family, your entire kingdom was slaughtered and you're a prince without a kingdom. That's the only type of prince I would allow to be like, yeah, you can freestyle in my vicinity.
It was mostly his family. There are still his kingdom also is gone, but his people are still alive.
Well, so far I've only seen 2 of them.
Yeah, that's fair. You gotta read the books, because the show's canceled.
I'm not reading a goddamn book, okay?
Okay, I get you there. I've also been, I feel like I fall under that category where if someone's like, hey, Corbin, freestyle, I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be good.
Yeah.
Even if I'm drunk and could do it, I'm not doing it. It's not going to be good.
Like, on Dropout, I forget what the musical improv show is called. Jess McKenna and Zach Reno from Off Book. That's, fantastic. I love them. They are so funny. Their character work is supreme. They are very good at improvised music, but once they start freestyling, I'm like, oh, theater kids rapping, get out of here.
And I've been in some situations where theater kids rapping happens, and they've tried to get me to join in, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it, actually.
Corwin, do you know how many times I turn off Hamilton after 1770? Oh, get it out of here. It took me so many times. It took me having to buy the album and just be like, I am playing this from start to beginning. Maybe there's a song I like because everyone I know loves this. And eventually it got its hooks in me, but oh boy, man, those theater kids rapping.
And that made them worse. That made them do it more.
Oh, Hamilton, why?
They, of course, went to a hospital, had some fireworks go off, which, I mean, they were in the UK. There's more strict gun laws there, so they freaked out and got shoved into a closet. But they were shoved so hard that they were both, like, on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, on top of each other.
Yeah, it's like, get up already.
Yeah, they struggled so hard to just stand up. And they didn't. They never stood up.
Also, if you hear gunshots and you are a prince or you are the son of Uma Thurman, why aren't they more scared? I guess they've been trained to be like, yeah, don't get...
I feel like they were too scared for the situation because there are legit clips of like assassination attempts on the royal family where they're just like I don't remember who it was, but one of them is just like fixing his shirt and he's just like, what?
It's really weird, Corwin. In all the recent ones, like somehow you turn up in all of these videos of these attempts.
I don't hate the royal family.
What?
I have no opinion on them. I don't care.
See, I had to rebel against my mom. My parents, she loved the royals, so I'm just like, screw them hard.
Oh.
Except I can't because I'm not, the same family as them.
So they were like a proxy for you. You were trying to rebel against your own family, but you were rebelling against the royals because your family loved them so much.
Not really.
Oh, James.
But I think now I am firmly against them. I'm like, why is this needed? And even What's His Nuts says that at the end, like it's antiquated.
Yeah. I have no opinion. I don't really care.
My next note is they're at some party dancing together.
They're at some... they went to...
like a club.
No, that was the New Year's party.
Oh, okay, the New Year's party then. That's my next note.
Yeah, before then, there was... So, they finally figured out why they were hating each other, and one of them was just because the prince snubbed Alex at a conference when he was just becoming famous, and Alex held that against him the whole time, which explains why Alex doesn't like the prince, but it doesn't explain why the prince was so snooty and rude to Alex.
Probably because Alex pushed that out. What am I trying to think of?
He gave the vibe of, I don't like you.
Yeah, he put that out into the ether. And then he's like, oh no, I don't like this kid's vibe. I'm going to hate him too.
Yeah, which we found out it was because of a miscommunication. The prince was like, I need to get out of here. And Alex heard, get me away from here. Get me away from him or whatever. Because the prince was going through it because his dad had just died.
Yeah, Alex thought he said, get me out of here. Meaning like, get me out of here.
Alex thought he said, yeah, like, get me away from him.
Yeah, and then it was... I need to get out of here, meaning, hey, I'm my family is
I'm about
dead.
to have a breakdown. Yeah.
Why am I here? Why aren't I in therapy a little bit more?
Why aren't I in therapy? That's, that would solve a lot of movie plots if if they got therapy.
Save a lot of real plots within human existence too.
Truly. And then after that, there was a whole sequence where Prince Henry got Alex's number from MI6 and started texting him, and they've been texting back and forth, being all cutesy while Alex was at college. And then he shows up to Alex's big New Year's party on the White House lawn.
Uh-huh. And Alex ends up kissing some ladies, even though...
The ladies kissed Alex.
Yes. The prince's name is Henry?
At midnight. Princess Henry, yeah.
Okay, and Henry sees that, and he's flummoxed. He thought maybe they had a
Face
thing going.
drops.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, crikey, innit, mate? Well, cheerio, sir."
He did not say that, but his face did say that.
Uh-huh.
I also wrote Nora's outfit at that New Year's party was great. I loved it. I thought it was a one piece. I think it was two pieces, but it was great. Red, fluffy. It was beautiful. Nora has some good outfits.
I hear Two Piece has over 2,000 episodes, I hear.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. I thought One Piece had the most.
I know, but Two Piece. What are you more into, a one-piece swimsuit or a two-piece swimsuit?
I think it's just how it's done.
Okay.
It just depends on the swimsuit. Some one-piece swimsuits look incredible. Some two-piece swimsuits look great. Just depends.
I like a five-piece swimsuit.
Some five-piece swimsuits look great because you got the floaties on your arms.
Uh-huh, and a noodle in your hand.
And a noodle in your hand.
Yeah, so you can smack your brother with it real hard.
This was also a great moment, the party, because, you know, in the first party, the wedding reception, we saw Alex being awkward in the corner, getting too drunk. And the New Year's party, it was the prince sort of surrounded by people, but being awkward and alone and too drunk.
But you know, it's if you're on your home soil, you're going to be a little less awkward as opposed to being on foreign soil.
Yeah, I mean, they were in situations where they're not comfortable. They were in new places.
Uh-huh. They should have had a bunch of the prince's friends come over. Doesn't seem like he has any.
He has the one friend that was with him. I think in the book, this is where one of the major... I mean, there's a few major differences in the book. There's a character that's just completely not in the movie at all.
Okay.
Which is Alex has an older sister, June. And I think the prince's friend, Pez, is... The romance is with him and June, the older sister, instead of Nora. Nora's more, she's more very, like, direct, cold, like, she's very calculated and analytical and stuff. And June is more of the, like, empathetic one. But they're, like, this, like, trio. The White House trio is what they are, and it's, like, this big focus in the book. So the prince also has Pez, and then I think in the book he has B with him, which is his older sister.
Okay.
Or his... I don't know if she's older, but his sister.
All right. Yeah, the sister should have been in just a little bit more. She should have been hanging out with him.
Yeah, she was in the book a lot more. She also had their scandal when later the emails were released. She got affected by that because there was like she had gone to rehab and had a drug problem, and the royals had hidden that, and then because the emails came out, it kind of confirmed that had happened.
Damn.
So she kind of got sideswiped by that whole thing.
That makes the emails thing even shittier. They should have put that in, but at 2 hours, you kind of can't.
There's even more with the emails. So there's another character that's not in it. It's kind of replaced by the journalist. So both the prince and Alex are younger in the book. They're not like college age.
Okay.
And Alex I think he's still like struggling to decide if he wants to go be a lawyer and like go into politics and all that stuff. And he has a mentor who is a gay independent senator from Colorado or something like that. And a whole part of that is that gay senator goes and starts working for the opposition's campaign.
Whoa.
And it like joins that group. And there's a lot with it. But the journalist didn't exist. And then it was like the Senator Richards campaign that is the one that leaks the emails.
That's even worse.
Hack into the server. Yeah, it's even worse. And it like ties a lot of that into how it's like politically motivated. And it's trying to tank the president's campaign and all that stuff.
So this was very, hey, we're hacking emails, and that's how we're going to...
Yeah, it was very malicious. I mean, the journalist doing it was still kind of malicious, but there's another aspect to it with, like, the journalist, he's just independent, but in the book, it was motivated. It was actually the opposing campaign that did it.
Was the book put out post-2016?
Maybe. I think so.
I think that feels very reminiscent of that campaign where there seemed to be a lot of that going on. But yeah, that really sucks because then it's just...
Yeah, it came out in 2019.
All right. Hell yeah. Wow, that got to turn around real quick for a movie. That's also a thing, I think, why the sister wasn't pailing around a lot. This was filmed post-pandemic where you... Even still today, they're not using a lot of extras. There's not a lot of people in rooms. This movie does feel empty quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely filming.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to, yeah. I mean, it came out in 2023, so it was part of its filming, or at least part of the pre-production or whatever. It was definitely during pandemic times.
We find out that the first daddy is a short king.
Oh, that's another difference. In the book, the president and Alex's dad are divorced, and Alex has a stepdad.
Whoa. Was she first lady president and first oh, wait, no, never. The current guy's also, he's had divorces. But I think that guy doesn't exist in that universe, so she would be the first divorcee and first lady president?
Maybe.
All right. Because I think when she said, I'm not going to be the first woman not reelected, I think that was...
She is in that universe, she is the first female president.
But that could technically mean there was someone before her and that person got reelected.
No, but I think for sure in this universe, she is the first female president. I think that's part of it, is that she's the first female president.
Man, this movie's fantasy, am I right? A lady being president? It'll never happen,
New Year's
guys.
Party.
You're just trying to be like, I'm actually being upset about it. America just really doesn't want to elect a female, it sucks.
It does suck. It really sucks. No, I'm just looking that we're at an hour mark, so I'm like, let me get through these fucking notes. Kiss in the Snow was cute. Very, gives you a little bit of a look into the future for Prince Henry's character, and that he kissed him and then disappeared and then they'd been talking all the time and then just would not text him back for 2 months.
I believe it was during that kiss, there's swelling music playing. And I was like, man, Nicole, you and I should make out to this movie. Like, it's got some bagpipes in it, so, that's my heritage. And Nicole goes, some bagpipes, James? That was mostly bagpipes. And then there's a beat, and I say, I gotta be honest, Nicole, I'm high, so I was afraid that if I said bagpipes at all, you'd be like, James, there are no bagpipes in there.
James, there are no bagpipes. No, they were also dancing to Get Low, and Alex was like, the song of my childhood. And I didn't know how to feel about that.
Well, I mean, it would be, if he's that age. Yeah. Get Low was, came out when I was maybe 13, so...
I know.
I could still say that.
You could. I should know how to feel about it. I felt aged, I guess. He also, when he was talking to Nora after the kiss, months later, after not being responded to, he said he grabbed my hair in a way that made me understand the difference between rugby and football, and that's nice. That's a nice description.
Uh-huh.
I wrote damn journalist 6 times in my notes. Alex is bisexual. And then suddenly the prince and Alex had sex. And then I wrote damn journalist again.
During that sex scene, they're taking off each other's clothes, but then one of them just grazes the other's shoulder like this. And there's one shot, one of the camera angles looks so funny. It is so stupid how it's framed. And not really how it's framed, but how it's lit. That was Nicole's biggest issue with it. And just him grazing the shoulder oh, yes. It was...
I think I know what you're talking about, and I think I clocked that one of the first times I watched it. I didn't write that down, but that's funny.
And this is the opposite of Carell, because upon penetration, it's as if they're dabbing themselves with, powder to be like, we are not sweaty at all.
Mm-hmm. But there were some nice, visual applications of their sex scene that you don't really see often in bigger movies with gay sex specifically. I think there was lube showing on the table and stuff like that. I think they did a good job. Also,
just legs being up, because
being up.
Yes,
yeah,
I
real.
clocked this as I said to Nicole, I'm like, wow, he is in him. And when we've watched other stuff, I'm like, oh, this is just sex isn't really happening. But in this, I'm like, sex is happening.
Yeah. I think they did a really good job.
But not in a pornographic way. It's just no, this is happening.
Yeah. And then I get into the movie makes it seem like he is campaigning for his mom, and that's the only campaigning that is being done by her campaign at all, is him going to Texas.
Also, he's keeps giving it to people saying yes, I made this 14-page dossier memo of all these plans that we could use to take Texas once and for all. It's our home state. Why can't we do this? And then it shows his plan unfolding, and I'm like, what did you do for 14 pages? Is it quadruple spaced? Because it's just we'll register people to vote, and then I'll talk in the bed of a truck, and that's really it.
I feel like maybe it was talking about, it probably included statistics of how many unregistered voters there are, what counties are more likely to vote blue if they had more registered voters, things like that.
Okay. Or maybe there was a lot of diagrams, or he just kind of it was just formatted as a Heathcliff or a Marmaduke, a family circus where it's a one picture, one caption.
Yeah. It was 14 pages of that. But no one was reading it at all. And then the journalist, even though damn journalist, him putting that quote in there kind of prompted that to happen, which I don't remember exactly what happened in the book because I read it probably in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the book it's different because I think the president is the one that's hey, I want y'all to be more active in the campaign and stuff, to the White House trio, which is Alex, his older sister, and Nora.
Speaking of which, hey, the president's son, the VP's granddaughter, and the Prince of England walk into a bar in Texas.
And do karaoke.
All those other people were paid to be there for them, right? There's no way no one would have been that's the president's kid.
That's what I thought the whole time that I watched that scene. I'm like, people there have to know. There's Secret Service there. They have to know. Maybe that's why the bar was so mostly empty. But before that, he did get caught in bed with the prince by Zara. She called the prince Little Lord Fuckleroy. And then Alex was please don't tell me, mom. And she was excuse me, this isn't a please don't tell your mom, your mom moment. And then it cuts immediately to him walking into Uma Thurman's office being hey, mom, I gotta talk to you. Do you have a second for an awkward coming out moment? And I loved Uma's reaction, which was, hey, we're gonna need pizza. And then immediately it cuts to Uma, on the couch, fully cuddling him, holding him. And every time I've seen that, I'm damn, I wish I was in a movie role where Uma Thurman comforts me on the couch because I'm gay. That looks incredible. That's great. It's a beautiful moment.
Guys, you heard it here first. Uma Thurman is mother.
Uma Thurman is mother. She also is immediately into, she's we didn't have the sex talk for this particular sex. Let's get you on some prep and also some vaccinations you're gonna need for this, and then karaoke.
And you gotta wear a condom still.
Yeah, which valid and important. Be safe, y'all.
Unless you're in a monogamous relationship and you love each other dearly and everything's above board, go to Pound Town.
Yeah.
Save the planet, skip condoms. Yeah, that's now all this plastic. Okay. How about we screw the condoms, get them out of here, go back to lambskin. Yeah.
I was going to say, there are natural condoms.
Yeah, slice a lamb a little and then, wrap that around you.
I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
Or just do mutual masturbation, guys.
Sure, James. Running through the rest real quick. So karaoke, and then immediately we get into Alex confessing his love for the prince, and the prince just straight up dipping. He just jumped into the water, swam away, didn't say a goddamn word. Went to sleep.
This dude lives on an island and sucks shit at swimming. He's just like, flapping his arms around.
Also sucks shit at communicating. Get that man some therapy. There is an epidemic of ghosting in the gay community, and he is perpetuating that. Because he runs away, leaves in the middle of the night. I'm assuming he left Percy or Pez there. Completely.
He's fine with it. That guy, he wanted to get
laid. Nora.
Yeah.
Just straight up leaves. And then whenever he's talking to his sister B, he's like, I ended things with Alex. And I'm like, did you? Did you end things? You left in the middle of the night. Didn't say a goddamn word to him. Not texting him back, not calling him or nothing. You're both famous. You're both aware the other person's still alive and exists. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and then what's gonna happen? Oh, this man who can just hop on Air Force One, he's gonna just come to your door and be like, why did you stop texting me, you idiot?
Yeah, he hopped on, he had air miles. So he hopped on, Nora said, go get your man. You have air miles, go to London, get your man. He's like, well, what if he doesn't like me back? And she's like, well, there's your answer then.
At this point, we can bleep out the names. I mean, we probably should. Who is most likely a governmental gay?
I'm not.
Junior. Or and he is now above. He's a college kid. We can roast his ass now.
I don't know, because I don't pay enough attention to that family to know it all, honestly.
If you're a narcissist so much you want to fuck yourself, does that mean you're gay?
Probably. A little gay. Because if you were a twin, you would fuck your twin, probably, in that situation.
Uh-huh.
And that's gay.
Oh, boy. Unless it's of the opposite gender.
No, but I feel like the loving yourself, you're narcissist, it would, it feels like that's a gendered thing.
Yeah. I thought you were just meaning like all twins do it with each other.
No.
Okay.
No, I am not saying that. I'm not putting that out there.
All right. Because one old co-host did say on a podcast that no one can listen to anymore, was like, I just think all twins, they're gonna have sex with each other.
I've met plenty of twins in my day. I don't think a single one of them I have talked to has had a vibe of they've slept with the other.
Yeah. But what about in a three-way?
Them, my past? No.
Okay.
None of them had that vibe either.
All the twins I know have.
Some freaky twins.
And most of those three-ways, they're actually not twins, they're triplets. Yes. Yes, guys. Let's get done with this movie. The dad says he's the patron saint of gender-neutral bathrooms, so he's like, of course I'm not gonna go old school on you. I love you and I love anyone like you as well. And I was thinking, what am I the patron saint of? Oh, those poison ivy vapes, babe.
Someone called me the patron saint of bitter and desperate queens, and I live by that title.
I don't think you're bitter, though.
No, but I'm there for the bitter and desperate queens.
Okay. Oh, all right.
That saint that helps you find lost things. He's not lost. He just...
Okay.
He can help you do it.
And Saint Teresa, she was kind of a bitch.
Oh my God.
It's not a lie. When they're on that raft, between each take, they were getting spritzed up because there's no way with the sun of Texas beating down on you that's not going to instantly evaporate.
You want to say that word again?
No. I said it as I did.
Yeah. I agree with you.
When the emails get leaked, I'm like, this is just the least scandalous thing that could happen. It's like, except if they wanted to phrase it as this is a security risk. Yeah, that would be, I guess, a stretch a little bit, but them just being gay in 2023 just doesn't seem that scandalous.
I mean, I feel like politics these days, they could find a way to try to spin anything to be scandalous.
I guess, but in the way of the royals, it's like they're, they own a bunch of land that could be used for other things. They got a bunch of P words running around, and I think just like, a son loving another person's son. Yeah, it's love, dude. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, they're just traditionalists, so they're like, they gotta be straight.
The only tradition I follow is every birthday I watch Lowbrow Studios' Sonic for Hire. And if that makes me conservative, so what, I guess.
Oh my God, James. I wrote, the prince has the longest name ever. I didn't even write the name down because it was so many names. And then Zara finally got frustrated and called the equerry. Also, we didn't mention Rachel Maddow and was it Joy Reid are both in this movie. It's like, they just got actual actual journalists, which was fun. Which I feel like steps it up from a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah, but I think even in Snow Globe, they had people of that ilk, because it's like if a studio is making this, they might also have on their docket these news shows. So like, let's say NBC produced this, they can go to MSNBC and say like, hey, do you guys want to get on this?
Fair. Also, back on the email hack, I did like that whenever it was showing the interview with the journalist, that he was like, all of this, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hey, so it's kind of sus that this got leaked at 11:53 and then you posted like immediately. So you have anything to do with this?
What an idiot. He could have just said like, I obtained this from sources close, and just not have released all the information yourself until after you posted the article saying like, and now I'm going to release all my sources, which are the emails.
But then he's immediately liable and he could be sued to hell.
Oh, okay. All right. Man, that dude sucks. He's a little cuck ass.
He did suck. He doesn't exist in the books. Zara finally got frustrated and called the equerry, who she'd been seeing the whole movie. So not only did the president's son fall in love with the prince, her deputy chief of staff or whatever also fell in love with the prince's equerry.
Oh, yeah.
They're finding love everywhere.
During this press conference, I think Alex is doing, he says, I fell in love with a man, and that man happens to be a prince. And I'm like, well, you guys try this again. Let's reword these words around.
Yeah, very true. Then the royals cut off all communication for the prince, and they're like, nah, you ain't gonna reach out at all. Zara gets through that. And then Alex goes to the UK to be with his prince. And
they do a funny hug on the stairs. You guys gotta check it out.
It was kind of a goofy stairs moment. And they meet with the king, who is Stephen Fry. At one point, Alex says, it's not too late to just go to the Maldives or whatever. And I'm like, that's the worst place to go, frankly, because it's illegal to be gay there. So don't go to the Maldives if you get publicly outed as a famous figure.
But what he's saying is like, here's even worse than that. Take that, you little dick of a king.
That's not what he was saying, but I appreciate the sentiment. No, he says it to Alex as like, hey, let's just go run away together to the Maldives.
Yeah, I think he was being sarcastic.
I didn't think so.
Oh, I took it, I didn't know it was illegal, but I took it as like, it seems like he's saying somewhere that
he was being sarcastic in the sense of like, yeah, we can just get out of here. We don't got to stay and deal with this. We can just run away together.
All right.
But I think he was saying the Maldives because they were writing it as like big tropical beautiful place, vacation there, but really it's bad for gay people.
So we're not going there, guys.
We're not going there. No.
Episode 200 will be filmed live on location of somewhere special, but not Maldives. How about your Maldives nuts, okay?
And then things move pretty quickly at the end. Stephen Fry's like, hey, I'm protecting you by making it so you can't be gay. And Prince Henry is like, I don't want you to protect me, I want you to support me. And Stephen Fry's like, you don't get to choose which of the two I do. I get to choose. And I'm choosing that. And then the public showed up and were supporting Prince Alex on the lawn. Thousands of people holding rallies everywhere. And they went out and announced it and became public and good. Cuts over to the president's election night. Seems like they might lose. Rachel Maddow shows up again. They win Texas. They win happily ever after. They go back to their home, to Alex's home that he's had the key on this whole movie, except when he gave it to the prince. Throw their bikes on the sidewalk. Rude, frankly. And then go into the house.
Oh, no one else is living around there. Remember, this is a hidden missile silo.
You know what? Keeping that context in mind, yeah, okay. Putting it on sidewalk, fair. When the missile silo opens up, it won't fall in.
Man, did you also, when it was announced she won, you kind of felt hopeful? Like, oh, man.
It was a little hopeful.
What I would do.
Another difference in the book is that it was the queen. It was not a king.
Okay.
And I need to go back and read it. I kind of looked online, but I couldn't really see anything for it. I don't feel like the queen was very, like, super against it. She was just kind of like, I don't know what we're gonna do. And then the older brother or whatever, the crown prince, was, like, very, very against it. And then the mom came in, which she didn't show up in the movie. The mom came in and was like, hey, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be supportive, and if you don't like that, I am going to not be present in the royals anymore, or like something like that. She came in and saved the day.
I wrote down because Henry is telling his sister and coming out to her, but hadn't come out to anyone else in the family. And when seeing how the prince was reacting, his older brother, I'm like, I understand why you didn't come out to him.
Yeah, he was a dick in the book as well.
Yeah, but I think I give this movie like a solid 3, maybe 3.5 out of 5.
Nice. I would have given it a 4 because I just love a cheesy little rom-com moment, and that's what it was. It was a cheesy little rom-com moment.
I'm gonna do 3.5. I was looking on Letterboxd to see if I had reviewed it yet or logged it. I had not. It's there. Follow me, Marshland Molam, I think.
Should I make a letterbox? Maybe that'd be easier to rate all our 100 movies. I'll just do the This Movie's Gay movies. Which actually, this isn't even 100 because we did repeat Make the Yuletide Gay.
Yeah. And we did some episodes of Steven Universe.
And some episodes of Love, Victor.
Yeah, all the episodes.
Yeah.
Of the first season.
Hey,
Corwin, do you remember, did I like Love, Simon or not?
I thought you enjoyed it.
Now you say that. But on Love, Victor, you were like, James, you hated Love, Simon. I was like, no, I didn't. I actively enjoyed it.
James, you hated Love, Simon. No, I don't remember. That's been 6 years, James.
I felt really gaslit in that moment. That's why, because I came into Love, Victor. I was like, well, none of us liked this, right? And then you guys were like, no, we loved it. And then I think season 2, did you even finish it?
Maybe not. I didn't like the following seasons.
Okay.
I really enjoyed first season, didn't like the following ones.
There was more than one?
I feel like there were more than one.
Wow.
Or season 2 just dragged on so much that it felt like 3 seasons.
Get out of here, Victor.
Which, this Nora was from Love, Victor.
Oh, Wozer.
Yeah, it's 3 seasons.
Wow. Victor, get out of here. Bring Simon back. I throw him on that Ferris wheel, right?
I mean, off the Ferris wheel? Are you trying to get rid of Victor? Or, like, what's happening?
Wasn't there a Ferris wheel in Love, Simon? Or is that just Love, Victor?
Was.
Okay.
No, Love, Simon, the big moment where he was supposed to show up, Blue was supposed to show up, was Simon on the Ferris wheel.
Okay. And did you know in the background H. Holmes was murdering people?
That is not true.
Oh, they were on a Ferris wheel. Of course H. Holmes is there. Like he was.
He's at every Ferris wheel.
Because the Ferris wheel debuted when he was around murdering people during the state fair.
The infamous Chicago serial killer that had a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I give it a 4. I enjoyed it. If anything, realistic depiction of gay sex, tastefully. Nora had some good outfits. Love that. Silly little rom-com.
It was cute. It was fun. I had a blast. 2 thumbs up.
Hell yeah. 2 thumbs up.
Oh, Corwin.
Oh, James.
It's been a great time. 100 episodes.
What are we going to do next?
I can firmly say that you are, in fact, not the, but some of the sunshine of my heart.
Aw, thank you, James. You're also some of the sunshine of my heart. I've been Corwin.
I've been Jay. No, do you have anything to plug?
Nothing to plug specifically other than, hey, I haven't streamed on Twitch in so long, but go follow it anyway. Twitch.tv/corewinning. And that's all I got. Thank you, James.
Check out the YouTube page, which all the podcasts that we post on the free feed are also on our YouTube page. Once it's out, it's there. You can get it. But that's Marshland Media, 3 words. You're going to have a good time there. Also, I'm trying to stream more over there. The Sailor Moon Another Story game in conjunction with the new show Magical Meatball Girls, where Nicole and I are getting rip-roaring high and watching Sailor Moon. It's been a blast. It's so fun. But also listen to Death to Squids. That's the same concept, but with Jose and I watching sci-fi action movies. We just did Barbed Wire with Nicole as a guest. That movie, that gets 2 thumbs down. But not 2 thumbs down. Just 2 thumbs down. It wasn't that fun. And listen to all the other stuff. But head over to patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. This Friday is, I think, Mini Meatball Girls with Nicole and I, where she were high, of course. And we do MASH, the slumber party game, MASH, a mansion, apartment, something. Shack home.
House.
Yeah. It's very funny. You guys got to check that out. I think it's 1.5 minutes in, I am the dumbest person in the world, and it's so funny. And $10 patrons get all of that, plus monthly bonus exclusive content in the form of straight to Patreon. This month was Nicole and I discussing SLC Punk. I cried, you better believe it. And you get shout outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, my bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jake, Steve Barnes, a sweet child of the time, my mother, Lil Corey's BFF, and now former roommate Shane from This Movie's Gay, as well as twitch.tv/core-winning. It's Corwin from the Rom Complex, as well as Formulaic, a podcast and script writing. It's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2. And from Speed Radio, a podcast in all things Sonic the Hedgehog, it's Tay, a.k.a. Zinny D, and I've been James.
I've been Corwin.
And we've been This Movie's Gay.
Bye.
100. Bye. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit MLMpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Recording.
Same.
All right, I'm going to, hold on. Yeah. I'm going to turn myself up a tad.
Yeah. I don't need to do that.
All right, I'm get for the Rizzler now. Get for the Rizzler.
Get. Oh, I can't go that loud. I need to not. I just need to talk like this.
Or turn down your mic. There's a gain on your mic, right?
I mean, there is on Audacity.
No. Isn't that's not a Blue Yeti mic?
No.
Oh, there's no knob on it?
It's the same old one I have. It's the same, condenser. There's no knob or anything.
On the front or back?
On the front or back.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Go down there. Let me see it again. Let me see this again. If I see goddamn knobs on it.
There's no knobs.
Oh, wow.
It's not a Blue Yeti.
We have a Blue Yeti.
There's a headphone jack.
Oh, okay,
That's it.
We have one that Pearl gave us because she's like, I don't need this anymore. Maybe I just give that to you.
Sure.
All right, hell yeah.
If you don't use it, sure.
All right.
The one that I got, the new one I got while I was in Orange County, it was on sale. But it just like randomly stopped working the other day.
Ooh.
It just like nothing would happen, and I could not get it to work again. So I was like, well, fuck it. Here's the old mic.
Okay. You ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock, James.
Oh, yeah.